What's up, man? What's good? It's your boy, Tommy Springfield, aka the King of Talk, back up in this mug with another one of those videos. But before I get into all of that, I like to say I'm the realest dude out in my city, and what I really want to know is how you doing? So this video is a shooting that happened inside a restaurant. Someone came in, was robbing a restaurant, and one of the customers shot the robber. Now, me, I take offense to it because he shot him in the back. He was leaving, and to me, the threat was no longer. But people feel dude's a hero. It's all good, probably because it's a black kid. If it was a white kid, they wouldn't feel that way. But I talk too much, and y'all don't know me enough. So let's watch this. Stay, watch.
Hello there, and good early evening to you. I'm Mia Gradney.
And I'm Len Cannon. He's been hailed a hero by some for gunning down a robber in a Houston restaurant last week. That shooting captured on surveillance video.
Now Houston police have finally gotten his side of the story. They say they have spoken to the unidentified man and have referred the case to a grand jury.
Janelle Blue to Live Downtown with the latest on this case. Janelle?
Janelle, hey, baby.
Yeah, guys, so police say a grand jury will now decide if this was self-defense or if charges will be brought. Today, we spoke to attorneys from both sides of the courtroom.
Before we get into that, my definition of self-defense, you know, you got your gun on me, I pull mine, and bah, we shoot it out, I kill you. That's self-defense. But if I'm leaving the scene and you shoot me in the back, I don't get how that's self-defense.
Around 11:30 Thursday night, a masked man walked into a taqueria on the 6800 block of South Gessner near Bel Air Road. Video shows him pointing a gun at patrons and demanding money. Pay attention to this customer. As soon as the robber walks in, he starts fiddling around near his waistline. And when that robber walked past him a second time, he opened fire. That customer fired 9 shots. Once the robber hit the ground, the customer continued firing as he approached the suspect and took his gun. After he took that gun, video shows the customer let off a final shot in the direction of that robber's head.
Now, you shoot the guy in his back. Boom, you got him. He down. You keep firing 8 to 9 more times. You take his gun and you fire one more toward his head. How is that self-defense? Like, how is that even an argument or a debate? You walked him down, and once you got his gun, you still fired one. Once you got his gun, there was no threat. So if that one you fired after he got his gun, you murdered that man. It was never a threat once he had his back to you and was leaving.
He died at the scene. After the robber was down, the shooter realized that the gun he was brandishing was fake.
My takeaway is that the gentleman who discharged the weapon was acting lawfully and that it was his right to defend himself and the other patrons in that restaurant.
Criminal defense.
Miss Nicole, right? Snow Bunny, right? Of course, she's going to say that. One, she's a defense attorney. She wants a job. This is a high-profile case. But I doubt she would say that if it was a white kid. You can't tell me there was a threat. He had his back to the kid. And you can see that dude was visibly angry because you killed him over a fake gun because you was ready to bust your guns. And she's silly. Look at those smug ass. Look like she got a little mustache, little smug ass. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it was self-defense. Bullshit. He wasn't defending anyone. He was not defending himself or that restaurant. The threat was leaving on his way out the door.
Lawyer Nicole DeBoard Hotchglobe says if the shooting is justified under Texas law, it doesn't matter how many bullets were fired.
Once you are entitled to use deadly force under the law, you're entitled to use the deadly force until the threat is over.
On the other side,
why do you have to shoot him so many times?
Until he's completely been neutralized, you know, he is still a danger to everybody.
Neutralized.
Customers retrieved their money and belongings.
Now look, after he shot the kid, he went up to him, got the money, and gave everybody money. Now, you are the robber. You robbed him back. You shot him, killed him, and robbed him back. Those are crimes. Bullshit.
And left. The customer who shot
Look,
that robber
drinking,
threw a coffee mug
nothing.
at him
Look.
as he exited. No.
threw a coffee mug down on him. Now, dudes in the hood, matter of fact, perfect example. Dude that killed Nipsey Hussle shot him, and then he kicked him twice in the face. That's tough guy mentality. That is not self-defense mentality. Slamming a mug on his face. Come on, folks. Come on, stop the bullshit.
One attempted to render aid. As of right now, the police would only like
People
the
just
shooter to
stepping
come
over him.
forward for questioning. And we asked
This is a man defending himself and others in the restaurant. People are getting sick and tired
Listen.
of crime on the streets.
So we got another snow bunny because kid's a black kid. Excuse me, saying, "Oh, it was self-defense." How? He shot him in the back. Come on.
For the case.
And then she said, people are tired of crime on the street, so it's okay to be a vigilante. That's vigilante shit. We're not allowed to do that in America. We're not allowed to be Batman. Those are fictional characters. But he was Batman, and everybody praising him.
Being presented to a grand jury, she says that's not surprising.
That means that it's too close to call, that it is a self-defense claim, it is a defense of third parties, and the DA is not going to just take it over a phone call or just a simple review of the evidence and file the charge. They're going to take it before a grand jury. That's 12 citizens that sit and look at the evidence. They look at both sides. They analyze whether or not that self-defense was justified.
But
it's sad that what I'm about to say, but sometimes I wish I could magically go back and just make this kid a white kid, just to see the reaction from the same exact people who's saying, "Oh, it's self-defense." It's sort of like the Reese girl on the LSU basketball. When the white girl did this, it was cool, but when the black girl did it, it's cool. Yeah, he murdered a little black kid. Of course, it's self-defense. He shot him in his back. And he shot him when he was laying down on the ground, no longer a threat. Of course, this is not an issue for white America and just America in general.
still, police want you to know sometimes taking matters into your own hands can have unintended consequences. Sometimes taking matters into your own hands
taking
can
money.
have
That's a
unintended
robbery. Those are
consequences.
crimes.
If you're lawfully carrying a weapon and you're an establishment and you decide that you're going to take matters out on your own hands, then you have to also take that into account, that if you also hit an innocent person, that you're accountable for each bullet that comes out of that gun, just as we are.
Bye, baby.
We've also learned the name of that suspect. Police have identified him as 30-year-old Eric Eugene Washington.
If you're a supporter of the channel, much love and respect. If you like what I'm doing, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit the bell so you can get all notifications when I drop these videos. And if you're one of these haters out here, cut the shit.